I missed you guys. Oh my goodness. Just a minute or two takes such a long time of waiting when I'm impatient to get back to you. I mean, there's so much I want to talk to you about. And if you are listening for the first time, welcome to IBGR.network. IBGR is our call sign as a radio station, but we're more than a radio station, we're a network. And I do not say that in jest. Come and join us on our Facebook page, Instagram, on our LinkedIn, but more than that, on our website, www.ibgr.network. And go and download our show notes, connect with our hosts, and get to interact with all of our guys. Now, know this, we're in over 141 countries right now with over 40 show hosts from around the world. They're giving the most incredible insights into business, whether you're beginning a business or whether you're exiting a business. Every single day of the week, there is an absolutely stunning show for you to follow 24/7 in every time zone. My hats off to Donna Kunde and William Eastman for this incredible feat. We're so proud of our visionary leaders, and it's because of them that we're able to be led and guided to help you with your success. So welcome once again. I'm Arthie Moore, your host for today, the creator of Compassionate Leaders of Influence. You're listening to Season 3, Episode 5 in the People Lane, and my topic for today is about decisiveness and how it enables you to do the job right the first time. So these are people skills that allow you to grow your business. And I think right now what I want to talk into is what you can do differently, why it's important to be decisive, and as a business owner, what you can do differently. And so there was something that came to mind. It was a saying that I read a long time ago by Theodore Roosevelt. And I thought that was really pertinent and imperative right now to talk into. He said that the best executive is the one who has sense enough to pick good men to do what he wants done and self-restraint enough to keep from meddling with them while they do. I'm going to say that one more time. The best executive is the one who has sense enough to pick good men to do what he wants and self-restraint enough to keep from meddling with them while they do. By Theodore Roosevelt. Now I thought, okay, what has that got to do with decisiveness? And I thought, well, when you think about it, some of the key issues that affect business owners is that being a decisive leader in your business means letting go of total control. And that is a challenge. What are some of the other areas? Well, dealing with the repercussions of bad decisions that affects the entire business and its successful growth. Now that is also very real for business owners. I mean, who wants to let go of total control? Who wants to deal with the repercussions of products that are inferior, with service that is non-existent, or with an environment where your brand goes down the drain because of bad decisions? And so when I looked at that, I thought, okay, what are some of the other key issues that would affect a business owner? And I think that this is an important one too. It's learning to depend on your own people to make the right decision for your business. And that is a challenge. So when you think about it, there are so many areas where people can actually prevent themselves from growing just because they cannot let go of control. So how do you address that? I know that's an important question to delve into, and you want to hear solutions. And I strongly believe that it doesn't make sense to just talk about challenges. You've got to challenge your mindset to know that there are other ways to resolve these challenges. And so when I looked at it, I thought, okay, what advice can I help you out with? And I thought, how about this? By understanding that decisive leaders are responsible and accountable, gives us the ability to take full charge and actually puts us in a position where we are forced to grow our confidence, grow our skills and ability to trust, to help and trust our people, to empower them differently. So what are some of the areas that what would be some of the characteristics of a strong, decisive leader then? I think that they're confident. They're confident in who they are. And once they reach a decision, they are slow to change their mind. Now, have you ever come across business owners who will make a decision and then change their minds. And then, like a couple of hours later, they're thinking about something, another thought hits them, or somebody gives them advice, maybe good advice, maybe bad advice. No matter what it is, they change their decision again. And I think that creates insecurity amongst their teams and employees, because they never really know what the right decision is and what the correct decision will be, and whether that is the final decision. So I think taking your time as a business owner before you make a decision allows you to have clarity of mind. It allows you to be thoughtful. You take in all of the advice of people, and you listen carefully, and then you make the best decision for your business. Now here's the key. If that is how you will do your business, how you will run the everyday intentional running of your business, doesn't it make sense then to teach your people to do the same? That before they make a decision, think things through, research, ask questions, develop their mindsets, develop their confidence, develop their self-esteem, develop their self-worth by knowing that they're doing the right thing because they did their homework. When people do their research, they become a lot more confident than somebody who just thumb sucks a decision out of nothingness and then hopes and prays for the best. Have you ever heard this saying? And this always fascinates me. The universe will provide. Now, when I listen to that and I look at people, I think, okay, how do you mean the universe will provide? Surely there's a continuation to that sentence, or even in your thinking, because you cannot just sit there and hope and pray that the universe will give you what you want just by the mere fact that you made a statement. No, I think that the universe provides everything that you reach out for, that you demand, that you create, that you believe in, and that you want for yourself by putting in the effort. You can't just sit there and say, well, I kind of made a decision and everything will fall into place. No. A decisive leader will make sure that their people have the skills and the tools to be able to do what they ought to do to the best of their ability. And that's something I will talk about in our next segment. But then there's another one. Good leaders and decisive leaders insist on supporting people at every step of their journey and encourage them rather than demean them for wrong decisions taken. Now, if your team made a wrong decision, did you take the time to step up and say, what went wrong? What could we have done differently? What have you learned? And so when we think about it from that point of view, that is how we become accountable and responsible as leaders. So when they get to that point, you realize that decisive leaders are inclusive and understanding of where each person's journey is without judgment. And I feel that's an imperative. It's a no-brainer and something that we should not even stop to think about. When we judge people, we create within them the lack of self-confidence to make a decision right, to do their job right. And if they keep making mistakes, they'll never do it right the first time because they weren't decisive enough for themselves whether they could do it. That's a self-confidence issue. And think about it. Emotional intelligence plays a massive role in being decisive. How do people feel about themselves? Okay, here's another one I thought about that would be an imperative. Procrastination. What role does procrastination now play in people not being decisive? How does procrastination prevent people from doing the job right the first time? Easily. It means that people are so afraid to make a decision that they hold on, hold back, and will never make the right decision at the right time or in the right moment or fast enough. Because when people doubt themselves, they will then double check up. They will then keep making small decisions, not big decisions, because they're afraid of the repercussions, and I don't blame them. There are some really, really scary business owners out there, and there's some incredible business owners out there. I mean, this could be very relevant if you're managing a company or even if you're just a manager or a supervisor. I mean, there's so many things we can think about and learn from on this journey. And I think procrastination and its impact and what can we do differently. There's three things that would be brilliant is keep yourself accountable. Show yourself commitment to getting things done. Making a commitment to yourself helps you to keep yourself accountable. And you can do this by writing your goals down, keeping a to-do list with yourself, and creating reminders in your phone and in your calendar. I mean, I make lists every single day, and I even make lists at night. Before I go to bed, I write down all the things I would love to achieve, and in the morning, I reprioritize it. And I make a decision about what is important and what is urgent and what needs to be done. Now I'm being decisive about what I will achieve for the day and what is the imperative for myself. The other one I thought is really brilliant is self-awareness. Now, self-awareness is a brilliant key because one of the things that many successful people have is self-awareness that allows you to properly understand why you're even procrastinating in the first place. So it's more like introspection. If you're aware and you look at why you're doing things the way you do, this will allow you to see where the root cause of procrastination is. You can either solve the problem or formulate a strategy to overcome it. And then the other one I thought would be really, really cool to delve into is how can you be committed? Well, commit by showing up, starting a task, and then stick with it long enough until you initially get to the point where you can be decisive. And then break your tasks up into smaller tasks and make your decisions in a way it doesn't overwhelm you. So when you make a decision, your final decision, you realize that your focus is on a specific and measurable goal or impact. Now, I said a lot. Now I'm going to so do something very quickly and take a 2 to 3 minute break, give you a chance to just breathe and get back to something that is going to be really incredible in our next session. I'm looking forward to catching up with you again. I'll see you now.